This is frustrating. This is frustrating. It was all a dream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another episode of Amazing Worlds, where today I'm going to be talking about the TV show Carnival Row, which is available for streaming on Amazon Prime. Oh God, the amount of hours I've spent watching that series to be so disappointed. And it's so frustrating because the show is really well produced, it is very well acted, the cast is impressive, and then the resolution of the main argument was just so subpar that it's just beggars belief. So basically, Carnival Row takes us to a Victorian style time in a city called the Burg, which could have been Victorian London, although it was actually filmed in Prague, probably because it was cheaper. But the setting is fantastic, the production is really good, it's a very British show with fantastic actors. Orlando Bloom is the main character of Pirates of the Caribbean and Lord of the Rings fame. Carla Delevingne, don't know how you pronounce her name, is one of the leading actresses there, and every other actor plays their roles really well. And as I said, the production is really good, the sets, the props, the special effects doesn't detract at all from the enjoyment of the story. It's really good. So we're in this Victorian town in a world where the Fae, sort of satyrs or fauns, pixies, kobolds mix with humans, and there is all the racial tensions attached to all the Fae creatures coming into the human city for reasons that aren't quite explained. It's hinted at. There is something happening in the Fae world. There was a war in the past, there's something coming, and the creatures are being expelled from the land, and they're taking refuge in the city, and that creates tension. So a very, maybe not so subtle, racism type theme to the story. Overlay on that a series of really gruesome murders taking place, and Orlando Bloom being our main character. He is a police inspector and he's investigating these murders in this really dirty, mixed, gritty, gruesome city, the Berg. So I don't want to give anything away, so overlay with the main plot of the murders taking place, we have a bit of history on the relationship between Orlando Bloom's character and this pixie lady, played by Cara Delevingne. So what happened, how did they get together, why are they not together now? And then there's a third subplot there. There's actually four subplots. There's a third subplot where a very rich Fae creature, half man, half goat, a satyr or a faun, however you call it, is trying to break into the human high society. How is he going to do it? How is he going to be received? So that plays on the side. And then there's a fourth layer of politics that is being discussed around. There's a group of humans who are all okay for, I was going to say racial integration, but sort of creature-human integration, whereas there's another side who is dead against it. And there's all this friction going on, and you got these four stories being told simultaneously. Now, the problem I've got with the show is that the story of this very wealthy, mysterious, how did he come up with all his money, creature trying to break into the human high society sort of gets resolved, in the last episode, and I could see it not going anywhere. I think the story is resolved. It is not clear what's going to happen to him, but I'm not entirely sure I care, because what mattered to me was the story that got told in the first season. So that's okay, whatever. He's done his thing, and I don't need to know any more about him. The politics story, the fight between the integration and segregation type thing, that's still to be played out. That could be interesting. So yeah, I could see where that's going to go. But the most horrible, frustrating thing is that the story about Orlando Bloom's past and the murders, it all gets resolved in a dream. And what's that all about? That's the cheapest form of writing. I could have come up with that and I would feel uncomfortable about it. So all of a sudden, halfway through the season, Orlando Bloom has a dream and it all gets revealed to him, and then he knows where he comes from, who he is, and how to stop the murderer that is perpetrating these gruesome killings. And it's like, really? Is that the best you could come up with? That is so disappointing in terms of payoff, in terms of being invested in the series, that I think is a waste. It's a waste of time, because I really enjoyed the setting. I really enjoyed what they had done. I think it could have been done a little bit better. I think, though, that if you're going to go Victorian fairies creatures, you might as well go all steampunk in, and just take it that little bit further, make it a little bit more fantastic. But that's just my personal opinion, and comment, let me know. Maybe that wouldn't have added anything to the story, but I think in terms of world creation and setting, I would like to have seen a full-on steampunk presentation of the world. But as I said, why would I bother now waiting and watching season 2? Because where is it going to go? It is not clear from season 1 what the next step is going to be. Yeah, we've got the whole segregation, integration of the creatures and the humans. There's a bit of history there of the war and what's going on in the land of the Fae. But that was kind of just circumstantial, and that was just adding a bit of flavor to the story being played out by the characters of Orlando Bloom and his pixie lover. So I don't think I really care enough to continue watching this. I probably will, because I did sort of enjoy the world, but I could see this show easily just being 2 seasons, or maybe being 10, because they could take it in any direction they actually wanted, because the stakes aren't clear, and I'm not entirely sure where they're going to go. As I said, I would be disappointed to see the rich, wealthy satyr being present in season 2, because his story was done. And even to a point, Orlando Bloom's story was also dealt with in season 1. We figured out where he came from, he solved the murders, and where else? Where are we going to go with this? And certainly, if the best they're going to come up with for the resolution of conflict in season 2 is the equivalent of another dream scene, it'll certainly be a big turn off and a big no-go for me. So, I don't know, as always, watch it, give it a go. I was really intrigued by it, but bitterly disappointed. So, again, subscribe, let me know what you think. Maybe I've gone wrong and totally missed the point here, but I'm not entirely sure that I have. Thank you, take care, and see you next time. Bye.